foodies, welcome to another episode of Foodie Tube. So today tonight we're gonna be making the delicious, tasty, and highly requested Detroit foodies' own stuffed salmon. Now this is more of a framework type recipe, so you get to swap out a lot of things, including things such as like the cheeses or whatever. You can go ahead and throw your favorite cheese in here, favorite veggies. It's really interchangeable, but you'll see that the more we get into it. So I'm gonna wrap this up and we're gonna get into it. So I'm just going to start by pat drying my shrimp. I have about 30 or so large pieces here. Make sure you clean and devein them properly, and if you don't know how to do that, go ahead and check out my last video. So for seasoning, I'm not going to do too much because this is a part of a stuffing and it's going to be a ton of flavorful components, so I'm just narrowing it down to a little kosher salt, blackening seasoning, garlic powder, and lemon juice, or use whatever seasonings you like. This is your food. Then you're going to give it a good stir. Of course, catch any runaway shrimp, and just let your nose guide you, because most likely if it smells good, it's gonna taste good. On a medium to high heat skillet, start sauteing your shrimp. Now you're not going to cook them all the way through because it's going to end up going in the oven with the salmon, and I'm pretty sure you don't want any rubbery overcooked shrimp. Then add some butter. Normally I start off with melting the butter first and add a little minced garlic, but I'm off today and high key forgot. Anyway, it's still gonna be good. It should be very light pink, if not a little translucent or gray still. I had mine on for probably 4 minutes. Now I put my shrimp aside in a bowl and I'm gonna chop up my veggies. I'm using what happens to be in my fridge, which are some bell peppers, green onions, and some sun-dried tomatoes, which I'm gonna saute to bring out those flavors and add some color and some depth to my salmon. Now this is the part you could swap things out for other veggies like broccoli, spinach, or whatever your faves are, because that's your business. Shout out to Tabitha Brown. But yeah, as long as you're eating veggies, because that's all that really matters. And speaking of Black Lives Matter, buy black, sign a petition today, educate yourself on systemic racism, and use your voice to make a change, period. Also, go ahead and click that link below for ways to support the Black Lives Matter movement. Thanks. So if you never had sun-dried tomatoes, don't buy them because of me. They good, but they got a little bit of a tang or, an acquired taste. And I'm really just cleaning out my fridge at this point. So now we're going to get into the cheeses. I'm adding about a cup of Parmesan. I made a mistake and added a little medium cheddar. Don't do that. These bags look the same, and I'm cleaning out the fridge, so it just snuck up in there. Add a cup of mozzarella, like that. I'm sorry, I love Tabitha. I cook in her voice for fun now. And then I'm going to add some of my crab meat. I don't know why I'm being so barbaric using my hands. It's a spoon right there. And now I'm about to add my sauteed veggies to balance out all that cheese, being healthy, And again, I'm cleaning out my fridge. So after this, I added a little bit of mascarpone cheese to enhance that cream texture. And then I added the rest of the crab. And then I added another 4 ounces of cream cheese and mixed it all up. So your stuffing is done once it looked like you could just take some crackers and start eating it straight out the bowl. But don't do that because you got that raw shrimp and that raw crab up in there. And I don't need nobody saying I got them sick. Just wait a little longer and I promise you it's going to be worth it, okay? For the salmon, I'm going to do a little salt and pepper and some of my Hot Girl Ish seasoning on the skin. You also don't need the skin, but I'm too hungry and lazy at this point to care. And it has a lot of good stuff like vitamin D, potassium, and protein in it. So flip it over, do the same, plus some paprika, a little bit of Old Bay and garlic powder, top with some lemon juice. Now this is seafood, so you can't get enough lemon juice. Now I'm gonna make my pocket to stuff my salmon. If you don't want to use a whole fillet, you can go ahead and use 2 7-ounce fillets and put the stuffing between them like I have on my IG. Check me out. And that's good to feed about 2 people, but this whole fillet is good to feed at least 5. So I got a little stuffing happy, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to take some out and freeze it for another time because I know my boyfriend is going to ask me for some more. He's been asking me to make this every week since the first time I made it around him, and it's been like a month now. I don't know. Well, I do. It bangs. So not to toot my horn, but toot. So I'm getting everything ready for the oven by preheating it to 375, oiling up my pan, adding some lemon slices and some butter, real butter, not margarine, don't play with me. And then add some more lemon juice, of course, because that acidity is going to bring that seafood flavor to the next level. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the oven and call it a night, but it's a number of ways you can cook this. You can pan sear the top for some color and finish it in the oven, or cook it all the way stovetop. I did broil this for a bit for some color because pink salmon is cool. It's edible, you know. I just don't think it's always as pretty to me. So this is the final product, foodies. And when I tell y'all this salmon is so juicy, paired with this crab stuffing, baby, it's crazy. So make sure y'all subscribe, like, hit that notifications button, and I'll see you on the next episode of Foodie Tube. Stay safe and take care.